Here's our lovely Moody 30 barley wine. With the Angus Primrose bow, Harken Furler, roller reef in Genoa in excellent condition, radar reflector, wireless clipper wind instrument which is working perfectly, and a Windex at the top. Mooring lines and snubbers included, as are the pontoon fenders, and all the fenders you can see on the boat. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fenders there, a ball fender, and another 3 on the port side with another ball fender, the Dan Boy and horseshoe life ring as well. You can see the radar on the back there on its pole, newly replaced main sheet, and the red one at the base of the mast is a newly replaced main halyard that will go back to the cockpit. There's enough there if you want to convert it. Spinnaker pole, and then you've got a mast winch either side with the Barton winches on. Obviously you can see the kicker there, spare halyard for the spinnaker, all in good condition. Lazy jacks, windows were replaced in the Sprayard 3 years ago, maybe 2, 3 at the most. Coming aboard into the cockpit. Just in case you forget where you are, they're only about 2 years old, but could do with some oil. Instruments are all on the photos. Got a Garmin GPS 820, and then the Clipper Wi-Fi wind instrument, and depth, speed, temperature transducer. Marine auto helm control at the back. Engine panel down there. We'll chuck the galvanic isolator and the shore power in. Good blocks on the main sheet. That's for the roller reefing. Binnacle had all the bearings replaced. Did it myself 3 years ago. A bit of a COVID project, and then the whole binnacle was sent away for sandblasting and powder coating, so it's like new. Lovely. Raymarine wheel steering auto helm. Just push that down to engage. That's it, it's on. Lift it up and it's off, and you control it from the panel sat at the back there, so you haven't even got to move. And it will even work on an app on your phone, so if it's chucking down with rain, you can snuggle yourself in behind the sprayard and steer from your phone. Right, the storage on this boat is just insane. So in the cockpit you've got a starboard quarter locker, big, and that goes right down underneath the cockpit all the way to the other side. Hot water calorifier, actuator, fire extinguisher, mains. That switch there is for the immersion, pressure switches, everything there, apart from the water pump, which I took home to change the O-rings on and forgot to bring down with me. Now for the big locker, you could get a dinghy down in this if you wanted to. Huge. All seat cushions down in there. It's cushions for the entire cockpit. That's just a spare sail bag there. 2 kedge anchors. One's a folding grapnel, but boat size, not dinghy. And the other one's a plough. So 2 kedge anchors there. Gas locker with the manual bilge handle, which is there. And the third cockpit locker is mooring lines. So we're selling it with the mooring lines that are on it at the moment. And in there you've got 2 9-metre lines and 2 14-metre lines. So 2 sets of mooring lines, one for your home berth and one to take away with you. And the roller reefing is a ratchet block. Diesel there. Recently serviced, perfect working order, great self-tailing winches either side. Water there. Electric there. Start stop beta panel there. Front hatch there, replaced by the previous owner, so that's probably 7 years old. Excellent condition. Now we'll take you down below. So, galley over to the port side. Single berth there, be okay for someone probably about 5'6", I would say. See the pictures for that, that makes up into a double. Just drop the table down, stool pulls back, move the cushions around, you've got a double there. And then that, where all the sails are, is a quarter berth, which also doubles up as a nav station. All the documents. I've left you most of a service kit there. The hard top racing boot top and a bit of primer, air filter, oil filter, 2 fuel filters, a belt, an old impeller, some oil and some antifreeze. Lovely Voyager stove that was fitted when we got the boat. And this lifts off and slides down the back to get to the top, or you lift it up and you've got your work surface. Sink, that's where the old taps were, covered under there. Lovely clean tidy cooker. Looking back from the other way. Also up in the corner here you've got the control unit for the auto helm and AIS receiver. Winch handles, bungs, flares are out of date but I'll leave them on. Emergency tiller and a wooden handle, which you can, hardwood wooden handle, which you can fix to the emergency tiller, make it easier should you need it. So see the photographs for the nav station made up. That goes right back there as a quarter berth. There's new spray jodders for the side of the cockpit and also a soft cockpit washboards cover. Garmin spare plotter, Navtex above it, VHF, all the electronics behind the panel there, loads of storage in there, storage underneath that seat, storage at the top, behind the bench seat and below the bench seat, all the way along. Below the bench seats of that part, that's the lucky hat, under which is the Raymarine electronic compass and the maker's plate. Lucky hat staying on board, obviously. And then over this side, take the companionway steps away and leave the heater on board for you. Got a new starter battery and a 110 volt leisure battery. There's your fuses for the main parts of the outside lights, battery switch, full tank of fuel. It's a stainless steel fuel tank put in by the last owner about 7-8 years ago. Never had any diesel in it that hasn't had the diesel bug treatment, so that's all lovely. An inspection hatch there to get in and do your impeller, which is the white disc. Going through into the forepeak. All been rebuilt. Really nice. Previous chap did this. Spotlights. Anchor chain locker up there. Okay, so the door we took off, just gave a bit more room, but behind the door you've got a hanging wet clothes locker. Sorry, you can't really see that, but rail at the top. And then this side was the same, but that's all been rebuilt, so you've got boots and shoes at the bottom, and then a couple of or 3 shelves. Another shelf over there for your bits and pieces. Anchor chain locker. Into the heads. Really good marine toilet. Proper bilge pump on it. Never blocks. Handrail just at the right height for chaps to be able to hold the seat up and hold the handrail at the same time. You can convert there to turn it into a shower. Got the shower part. Got the shower part there, and you can fit a drain there. Proper marine toilet, bilge pump on it, really good, never blocked once in all the time we've had it. That's the inlet seacock, below water, and that is just a gate valve for the sink, which is above water. Seacock number 2, toilet out. There's the bilge in the main cabin. Bilge pump there. A little bit of fresh water in there, but it is only fresh. You'll be able to taste it. And there is the switch for the bilge pump. Okay.